The next topic is transformation of function. So last time we have studied the parent function, linear, trigonometric. So this is basically the transformation. So for the transformation of function, let's say I have original function y is equals to f of x. If I add some number, let's say c, that is basically the distance. So I am adding the distance, or I can also write f of x minus c. So if I'm adding that distance, it means if the originally the graph lies here, then by adding this distance, the graph will move upward plus and that upward distance is basically the c. Similarly, if I subtract the distance, it means the graph will move downward somewhere here and the distance will be equal to this minus c. So this is basically called the transformation of the function. Similarly, if I write y is equals to f of x minus c, it means the graph will be moves toward right in of a distance c. And if I write y is equals to fx plus c, it means the graph will shift to the graph of f of x to a distance of c but towards the left. So if I draw it here, if the initial graph lies somewhere here, so by adding minus c, the graph will shift minus c to the right. Let's say it can be shifted here. So similarly, when I'm writing f into x plus c, so the graph will shift towards the left. So this is the scenario. Then that is basically called the transformation of function. The next concept that we will cover in this topic is the combination of function. So combination of functions. Two functions f and g can be combined to a new function f plus g. It can be f minus g. It can be f into g and f by g. In a manner similar way, we can add, subtract, multiply, and divide the real number. We can simply write, let's say, if a function is f plus g, so we can write it is a function f of x plus g of x. Similarly, if two functions are, let's say, f of x minus g of x, we can also write as f minus g. We can also multiply two functions in the same way as we multiply the real number. We can divide the two function in the same manner as we divide the real number. But the important concept is domain. Now the domain of a combined function will be the intersection. And that represents the symbol. Let's say, by just look at the example, let's say I have a function f of x is equal to under root x and a function g of x is equal to under the root 2 minus x. So let's say I will find the domain of function f of x. So for x of x, because it is a radical sign, so whatever inside the radical, it should be non-negative number. So for this function f of x, what x should be greater than or equal to 0. Because it should be real number. So if x is greater than or equal to 0, so according to the number line minus infinity, because 0 is included, so plus infinity. So domain is from greater than or equal to 0, so this is the domain. I can write this function, the domain of this function would be 0 square bracket because 0 is included. Similarly, for this function, 2 minus x should be greater than or equal to 0. So 2 should be greater than or equal to x. So I can write x should be less than or equal to 2. So if x is less than or equal to 2, so here is the 2. So if x is less than or equal to 2, this means the domain will be in this region. So the for this function, I can write the domain as minus infinity to 2 and 2 is included. So it will be the square bracket. So I have concluded that for the combination of the function, the domain should be the intersection. Intersection means the common part. So if I look the number line, there is the only that is the common part that is included in both of the function. So the domain of f of x plus g of x will be equal to 0 to 2. So this is basically the concept of the domain in case of a combination of functions. Similarly, let's look at another example. If f of x is equal to x squared, g of x is equal to x minus 1, and we have to find out f of x over g of x or f of g. So what it will be equal to x squared over x minus 1. So now it is the division of two polynomials. So for first, the domain of the x square will be for this, it will be all real number. But for the rational function, x minus 1 not equal to 0, so x not equal to. So if I draw the number line minus infinity plus infinity, here is number. So x not equal to 1, but other than all real numbers. So what I can write minus infinity to 1. So this is the common domain, and then 1 to infinity. So this is the domain of this function, because for x square we have all real numbers. So this is the concept of the combination of function. The next concept is the composite of composites, composite functions. So for the composite, given two functions f and g, the composite function f g, f is the composite of g. It is defined as first f, then g and x. So this is basically called the composite of function. So the domain of composite function is set of all x in the domain of g, such that g of x is in the domain of x. In other words, f composite of g is defined when both g and f are defined. So it means when both of the function at which the both of the functions are defined, the domain should be there, where the both functions are defined. So just look at the example number 6. Let's say if I have f of x is equal to x squared and g of x is equal to x minus 3, and we have to find f of g and we have to find g of. So f of g I can write f, then g of. So f is first what I have to do, replace f with the g of x. So when I f, so g of x is x minus 3. Then put the value of this x in f of x. So this is basically equal to x minus 3 whole square. Similarly, if I find g of f, then g and f of x. So g, the value function of f of x is x squared. Now put value of g of x, then it will be equal to, instead of x, put the value x minus x squared minus 3. So this is the value of g of. Always remember that f of g will not be equal to g of. Just look at another example. Let's say I have f of x is equal to under root x and g of x is equal to under root 2 minus x. Now I have to calculate f of g. So it means first I write f, then put the value of g of x, that is under root 2 minus. Now put the value of f of x. F of x is equals to under the root of x. So f of just this is basically the x. So we can just write under root, this under root, and the value of x is 2 minus x. So when I choose, so this value is also 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. So I will get 2 minus x power 1 by 4 power. So if I calculate g of f, it means g, put the value of x, that is under root x. Now put the value of here g of x, that is basically under root 2, and instead of x put value of x, that is under root x. Similarly, we can find f of f. So f function of x. So f of x will be equal to under root x. So instead of x put again x. So it will be equal to x power 4. We can have also three function. Let's say just look at the example. If I have f of x is equals to example number 8, x over x plus 1, g of x is equal to x power 10, and h of x is equal to x plus 3. Let's say I have to calculate f of g and g of h x. So how can I write that it is equal to f of x, f g of h of x. So first value f as it is, g as it is, just put x. H of x is equals to x plus 3. Now replace this g of x, that is x power 10. So f as it is. So instead of, now put the value of x, g of x, that is x power 10. So just replace this with, this is the x, make it power 10. Now put the value of f of x, that is equal to x over x plus 1. So now it will be equal to x plus 3 whole power 10 divided by x plus 3 whole power 10 plus. So this is f of g of h. So in this way, we can also find the composite of more than one function. So if we look at the some other examples, so by looking at the exercise, let's say if I solve the question number 1, that the graph shift 3 unit upward. So how can I write, let's say if the question 1, if the function is f of x, then the graph shift 3 unit upward mean plus 3. If the graph shifts 3 unit downward, I can write f of x minus 3. The graph shifts 3 unit to the right. So if 3 unit to the right, I can write x minus 3. The graph shifts 3 unit to the left, so I can write f into x plus 3. The graph reflect about the x-axis. So reflect about the x-axis means exactly the opposite. So I will write reflect about the x-axis. So it will be equal to y minus f of x. And if it reflects about the y-axis, then it will be equal to f into minus x. So in this way, we can write the equation for the transformation.